U.S. Congress and bring out full disclosure on, off-world activities, free energy, and so on. Plus, the deep state wants the land in Hawaii. Now, Gene Decode says that there were deep state ships. So here are the clouds. And he says that there were deep state, I'm assuming these were spacecraft, and they were in the clouds above Lahaina, and they were cloaked. And the Space Force, which that was my question, how come the Space Force didn't know what was going on a few miles down the road? The Space Force did intervene and brought down some of the ships, and that corresponds to that information from Sarge. And they were cloaked. And the Space Force, which that was my question, how come the Space Force didn't know what was going on a few miles down the road? The Space Force did intervene and brought down some of the ships, and that corresponds to that information from Sarge. So that's going on. Now, we have this from Judy Byington that on August 8 in Lahaina, children were disappeared, and tourists were bused to safety, but the indigenous people were killed by various means. I'll get into that. And that FEMA was there, the FBI was there, dressed in U.S. military National Guard uniforms, and also the Red Cross. And that flamethrowers were used on the indigenous people to make it appear they died from fires, as well as guns. They were shot in the streets and all this because they refused to sell land to the deep state. And now I have this from Real Raw News that the U.S. Marines went in, and the fire happened on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the U.S. Marines went in, and this was versus FEMA and the FBI, and also individuals with the Red Cross, who were using flamethrowers and guns, shooting down the indigenous people in the Maui area. And there was a gun battle, and 2 Marines were killed and 6 were wounded. So that was on Wednesday. On Thursday, the Marines sent in additional battalions, and they were able to take down the FEMA and the FBI and the Red Cross people. So the Marine platoons advanced up the beach near Front Street, which was a second site for FEMA blockade. They were blocking all people coming in or leaving, too, all aid. The Marine snipers went on the roof of the Lahaina Shores Beach Resort, and a Marine lieutenant using a bullhorn said to the FEMA and FBI agents dressed in National Guard uniforms and Red Cross government entities, "Put down your guns." A supervisor with FEMA raised his gun as if to fire, so the Marines took them out. And now we have this. So then the government, FEMA, FAI, Red Cross, they tried to escape. But the Marines had anticipated their escape route along Route 30 to the Honolulu Beach. And they went down that highway, and they were met by 250 gung-ho Marines who, Yeah. Who took them out with guns and grenades. We say, way to go. Okay, but then they had 50 Marines following them also. And the Marines showed no mercy to the government predators. And I will say of these government individuals, they were murdering American citizens, primarily indigenous people. And for my part, I believe this is part of the deep state, and I don't believe these individuals are fully human, and they are absolutely evil.